good morning. It's Saturday morning. As you can see on my face, it's far too early for me.
Way over. There it goes. There it goes. Oh!
I already been at my grandpa's house, helping him out this morning. Now we're heading to Subaru Müller in Kelkheim, and today we're going to tune or remap Seat Leon, a 2-liter TFSI engine. He will be at the Nordschleife later today and just installed the downpipe yesterday. He already got a normal stage 1 tune from us, and today do a little checkup so that he can drive at the Nordschleife for the last time this year, because as you can see it's getting quite cold outside and it's a rainy day. Afterwards we have a customer from the south. For his car we're gonna retune the boost control. We're gonna install the 3-port boost control solenoid using Ecotech software. Hello! Hello! So we've just finished Tobi's car. He was a little bit in a rush because he's now heading to the Nordschleife.
Ja, kannst.
And now we go over to Patrick's car. Hi, Patrick.
Hi.
This nice Hawkeye. I think we've tuned it in May, April, May, I guess.
Yeah, June.
June. We've already tuned it in June to 440, 460 horses. Now we've just installed a 3-port boost controller to it, because former he used the Apexi AVCR. I don't know if you can see it, but he got issues with the boost control now at the lower outside temperatures. So we've just installed a 3-port boost control solenoid to the OEM stock ECU. And now we're gonna retune it on that using Ecotech. With Ecotech we can adjust it gear dependent, so that means that we can adjust the boost control perfectly for each gear, and that's what we are doing today. And Patrick also wants a little bit more horses because 450 is too slow for him. I don't know why. Let's see what we can do. Show you what I'm doing right now. Hopefully you can see it. Let me open the log file. So the green line here is the actual boost in 4th gear, I guess. We did run in 4th gear. The purple one is a boost error. Boost error is target boost pressure minus the actual boost pressure. So the boost area is positive because we're building boost at 3000 RPM, and at 4200 we're achieving the target boost 1.5 bar, exceeding it. You can see it here. We're quite above the target, so the boost error is negative. It regulates the boost level to a boost error of 0, so to the targeted 1.5 bar, so a nice flat curve here. So what I'm doing now is adjusting the boost control between 4000 and 5000 RPM. How I do this is with Ecotec. We have a gear dependent boost control, hopefully you can see it, for each gear. A stock engine, or the stock ECU normally just has one window where you can regulate for all the gears, and now we can adjust it for each gear on its own. And now I've started to decrease between 4200 and 4000 and 5600. Well, let's take 5000 here. RPM to decrease a few percent, so that we get rid of that overshooting here. Okay, now we're gonna find a spot where to flash the ECU, and then we're gonna test it again. So now we've just re-flashed the car, and now we're gonna check her again. Second gear and full throttle.
We need the big map.
Big map, yeah. And then down to 2000 RPM, and then give it full throttle to 7. We're just at pump fuel, so for the US guys we are running 21 psi currently on pump fuel.
Where we have to go?
Just back there, so give it another turn, and then we're gonna test the third gear out of the yeah, or not. Just here, keep slow, now keep slow, go to the third gear, and now give full throttle in third. Dependent on the load, so, and the increase in power you recognize now just due to the ignition timing.
Okay.
So I did not increase the boost level yet, so just the ignition timing, so it runs a little bit more efficient. You decrease the exhaust gas temperature a little bit. Give it another full throttle uphill here, fourth. Because my girlfriend will kill me, left here, if I have an accident, so he won't let me tune a car anymore if I have an accident while tuning. So
today we have a special driver, so I think we get no
a special
problems.
driver, yeah. So he's a professional race driver. No, he isn't, but he wants to be,
Yes,
become.
I am not, but I want to be.
But as his driving skills are not that good yet, so he needs more power to be fast on the track. No, just kidding. Okay, so let's check the log files again. If you're interested in it, you can have a look. So now we got rid of the spike, so it's far better now. As in even so this is for 2 gears here. So we have the pull from low RPM up high rev up to 7,000 RPM, and then he shifted, Patrick shifted and getting to the next gear, and the next gear boost level is exactly at the Prior's gear boost level, so it works perfectly now. So okay, and ignition timing looks also good, perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little more tweaks and some changes, especially if you have a look here. This was the, I guess, the second gear. No, this was the fourth gear on. So it goes to 1.5 bar down to 1.51. Okay, perfect, looking good. Boost error, the purple line is at 0. It's a 0 line, so already works flawlessly. Okay, so I'm gonna refresh the car now and do a few more changes, playing around with ignition timing and maybe a little bit with the boost level, and then we're gonna test it again. So while we're flashing, we had an interesting topic about turbocharger and turbo size and the power they deliver. So Patrick's question was, does a big turbocharger always give more power at the same boost levels? And the answer is yes and no. You have to imagine the efficiency of a turbocharger is designed for a specific boost level and a specific mass of airflow they deliver. Okay. So if you have a small turbocharger and rev it really high, it's getting inefficient. So it's pumping hot air. Hot air has less density, so yes, less oxygen in it. So it will decrease the power at holding the boost level compared to driving it at a lower boost level, because it's running more efficient, compressing more air than heating it. And a bigger turbocharger in general will run more efficiently with a low or with a high boost level, so it can produce or deliver more air, more oxygen to the engine. But if you choose the wrong turbocharger for your engine displacement and so on, you even with a big turbo, you get into areas, because these areas of the flow map is the efficiency of a turbocharger within different boost levels or different airflows they deliver. You can get into an area with a low efficiency, even at low boost levels or at too high boost levels with a big turbocharger, because different turbochargers are designed for different boost levels. Yeah. So one turbo feels comfortable at 20 psi and the other one at 15 psi, and vice versa. So you always have to choose the right turbocharger for the displacement and for the RPM you want to run with your engine. So it's not a general answer, so you can simply not say, okay, in general, yes, a big turbocharger will always deliver more power at low boost levels. That's definitely not the case.
Okay. Our clutch is really...
Yeah, unsprung clutch kit. Don't do that, guys, because ECU always takes out timing when he shifts, because the clutch engages so hard. So give it in second gear again to warm up.
Oder gar nicht aus dem Arsch kommen.
Bitte?
Gar nicht aus dem Arsch gekommen.
He left degrees of timing when shifted to second gear, so it went really slow and exhaust gas temperature was really high at that moment. Just slow down again, and we're gonna do a third gear pull now. Perfect. Was way better now, right?
Yeah.
So this time it didn't pull timing because there wasn't a clutch engaged, and now it has flown. Okay, just turn around there, and then we're gonna do another pull in that to that direction, and this time just do full throttle from first or second gear to the fourth, if possible, with the traffic.
Okay. We can also use the launch control.
No, we don't yet, because then you will pull time again. So slow shifts, not fast shifting,
Yeah.
or short shifting. Okay guys, it still ran a little bit rich, so there's still a bit more to come. So refresh again and let's see what's doing then. Yeah, genau. So what we're looking at now is how fast the turbo, because it's a quite big one, 500 horsepower turbo, how long it needs to spool up after a gear change. So we've selected the time and the boost rating as a reference, and here you can see the boost levels in green and the shifts in between. So if you have a look here, he shifted at 129.3 seconds, re-engaged the clutch at 30.1, so he needs 0.8 seconds to shift, but I told him to shift slowly, so normally it would be faster than that. So no shitstorm at that at this. And afterwards the boost increases and reaches its maximum at 31.4. So it just needs about 1 second in between the shifts to boost again. And what we're gonna test next is we do some shifts with flat foot shifting. So he keeps the throttle fully open. And next. Okay.
What do you want from me? Second gear to third gear or what?
Yeah, second to third you can do now. Just increase the ignition timing a little bit further. This was already the flat foot shifting feature. I think we can show you how it works. Just do third to fourth again. Maybe I can. Don't know if that works. Okay, so third to fourth.
It's not crazy. Now it gets really fast.
What is it?
Great, really fast.
Ah, and even without 2-bar boost, right?
Right, yes.
came to me this morning, said, okay, I need more boost. I definitely need more boost. Now he hasn't got any PSI more boost, but car's running much faster now with the new boost control. Just because it's holding boost much greater, so, and much more linear than it did with the Apex boost controller. So now we do a full throttle again on the straight. You may take an extra round here if there are too many cars. Ah, no, just wait a few seconds. Okay. Stop.
Zu hart am Stecker.
Ja, der Stecker ist rausgeflogen. Stecker hat vielleicht keine Verbindung gehabt, dann kann ich nicht gucken, ob alles passt. So it ripped off our OBD adapter, so we need to do it all over again. So again now flat foot shifting 1 to 4th, first to 4th gear. It's quite hard to hold the laptop. Much slower now, right? Yes. Because due to a clutch engagement again. It's again, here at the maximum it pulled 7 degrees, 7.7 degrees of timing when the clutch has been engaged. Due to the hard knocking sound the engine recognizes when letting the clutch off. So it doesn't work to drive fast. That's an issue. We can't get around that with the OEM ECU. So you better use sprung clutch. You can use an unorganic clutch, but with the springs in it to dampen a little bit. Okay, now without flat foot shifting again. It doesn't pull any timing. Now it looks good. Straight on. Fahren die große Runde dann einmal. Und hier Blitzer. So we definitely maxed out the MAF sensor at 5 volts. Left, yeah. Hier dann wieder links, dann fahren wir immer geradeaus, dann kommen wir wieder Richtung Autobahn.
Now we go on German Autobahn.
Ah, German Autobahn, you know what that means. So now we're at the Autobahn and just learning what he does at high loads, high gears for a long time because it's a track car. Also driving on the track, just do a full throttle now. Yeah, 6 gear. 6 gear full throttle. So now we finished the car. I think you haven't seen it yet. This is the engine bay. Quite stockish, I guess.
German handcrafted work.
German handcrafted with a LM500 twin-scroll turbo from Turbodynamics. Front mount intercooler. Stock sized MAF housing. The MAF is at 4.96 volts at the moment. You're not able to run any more with a stock MAF sensor, otherwise we would need to drive at speed density, but no need here. We stop at 1.6 bar now. That's fast enough for us. And we've already got the next car for today, this little one. And as you can see here, you may know these headers and these engines. It's a 2-liter EJ engine, 2.5 I guess, and it's gonna get a remap that you can drive it with this T3 Volkswagen. Okay, Patrick, what do you say? Does it work for you?
It worked very good and I'm happy for today.
Perfect.
It was great work.
Thank you, thank
Thanks
you.
to Tracktoys and thanks to
Who the fuck is Tracktoys?
and thanks to Subi-Performance.
Ah yes, I didn't say that. This is a Subi-Performance engine, 2.5 liter, stage 3 closed stack.
Yes.
I think you've already driven it on the track.
Yes.
This year tested it with 450 horsepower.
I drove now about 8,000 kilometers without any problems.
Yeah, perfect.
It's good.
Okay, great. So we're good for now, and we just unplug everything here, the EcoCheck adapter and so on, and then Patrick takes his trip back home to wherever this is, far away, and then we're gonna do the next car. So that's it for today. Hope you have enjoyed the video. See you next time. Bye bye.